tax statement.
In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, the board secretary has forwarded notice of this meeting for advertising by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Secaucus Town Hall on the Bulletin Board of the Education Administration Building, as well as notice being provided to the Bergen Record and District website.
Flag salute. Oh, where is it? Oh, right ahead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Present.
Ms. Diodata,
Here.
Mr. Barry,
Here.
Mr. Diombre,
Present.
Ms. Geller,
Present.
Ms. Howard,
Here.
Mr. Lewis,
Present.
Mr. Lyons.
Here.
Okay. Regular, oh, I'm sorry. Where are my presentation goals? Did I miss something? No. Okay. Okay, I'll start, Charles? Okay, all right. So I'd like to give an update and give a progress report. Good evening, everyone, again. It is my pleasure to update you this evening on the progress that our district has made in alignment with the Board of Education goals. Over the past year, we have focused on several key areas that strengthen our district's foundation, enhance student and community engagement, and ensure fiscal responsibility. Number one, better communication. Effective communication is vital to connecting our schools with families and the broader community. To that end, each building principal has taken proactive steps by publishing regular newsletters through s'mores. These newsletters, sent weekly or monthly, provide parents and students with timely updates, highlights of school events, and important announcements. This effort has significantly improved the flow of information and helped build stronger school-family partnerships. Number two, increase community engagement. Our faculty, staff, and students continue to actively participate in community events, demonstrating our commitment to being integral members of the town. Highlights include involvement in the annual Town Carnival, the celebration of the town's 125th anniversary, and the solemn 9/11 memorial ceremonies. These activities foster a shared sense of pride and connection between our schools and community members. Number three, focus on balancing the fiscal budget. Fiscal responsibility remains a top priority. Acting Superintendent Charles Voorhees, along with Business Administrator Grace Yo, Assistant Business Administrator Pat Kikuchi, and staff, have worked tirelessly to devise creative solutions to balance the budget without sacrificing jobs or programs. Their dedication and strategic planning have preserved essential educational services while maintaining the district's financial health. Number four, creating and maintaining stability in the district. To ensure consistent and seamless operations across all schools, we have worked closely with our core administrative team to standardize procedures district-wide. A key step in this effort was making the 6 through 12 supervisors 12-month positions, which has contributed to greater consistency and stability in leadership and support for our secondary schools. Number five, increase student voice. Empowering our students is fundamental to our mission. We have increased student voice by reinstating the Student Board of Education representative and fostering closer collaboration with student government organizations. This provides students a platform to share their perspectives and engage in district decision-making processes. Number six, increase professional development for all board members. To strengthen governance and leadership, we have prioritized ongoing professional development for our Board of Education members. This ensures that our board stays informed about best practices, policy changes, and effective governance strategies to better serve our district. Number seven, focus on strategic plan for capital projects. Lastly, we continue to focus on a strategic plan for capital projects, ensuring that our facilities meet the evolving needs of our students and staff. This long-term vision supports safe, modern, and efficient learning environments for all. In summary, the district has made commendable progress on these goals, thanks to the collaboration of our leadership team, staff, students, and community partners. Together, we will continue to build a strong, stable, and thriving educational environment for every student. Thank you. I just also want to discuss, going back to item number 6, the training that we did, and give just a little update on the training. So, on June 23rd, Lance and I, Vice President Lance and I attended the leadership training. And some of the takeaways from the training, and changes that we're hoping to implement as a result of that training, is changing how far in advance we receive the agenda. And sitting in some roundtable discussions with other districts, it seemed that majority of them are receiving their agendas 4 to 5 business days prior to their meeting. And they feel that that is best practice to allow enough time to review their agendas in advance so they could be prepared for any questions or concerns that may arise. Also, another best practice update that was mentioned is that most of the districts are providing a 48-hour deadline for trustees to contact their committee chairs on any issues that they plan to discuss at open session, so that the committee chairs can properly prepare to answer those questions in public. Another suggestion that was made was that a lot of the presidents are giving monthly updates of any items that are open items that they discuss with the public. Some examples, too, that they gave of president message updates was accomplishments of the staff and students of the month. I think that we do that to an extent. Mr. Voorhees does that a lot in his presentations that he gives. But we're going to look further into how I can get a little bit more involved in discussing those things on a monthly basis. Another thing that they did was reading their mission statement before the meeting that they felt was another good idea to implement into the agenda. Adding the goals of the board to the front of the agenda. They said that that seemed to be majority. Most districts were doing that. And we're hoping to make these changes starting in September. The other class that we took was Jerry, Joe, and myself went to a spring law forum on June 26th. Some of the takeaways from that were there were 3 policy updates that we brought back to the district, and when doing some research, it was explained by Ms. Greco that Eileen Lacerdo gets updates from the company that we use, Strauss Esme, and they were already aware of the changes, so we were ahead of the game there. There were some legal requirements that each district, well, in the state of New Jersey, legal requirements that must be adhered to regarding the gifted and talented program. And I'm working with the law team to confirm where we need to be in that area to make sure that we are compliant there. As of June 30th, districts in the state of New Jersey are no longer required to post in the newspaper. These postings can be done online and will be done on our website, and notice will be posted at the board office, the town website as well, and all districts in the state of New Jersey are adopting that policy. And it was discussed also that in doing that, there was a savings statewide of $20 million collectively by switching over there. So that's a big benefit. And also, I just wanted to add, we found out when we were there that anybody that's interested in running in the November 2025 election, initially the rules and requirements were only to get 10 signatures on the application. The state has changed that to 25 signatures. You could go on New Jersey School Board's website, and there is all information on running and all of the things that need to be done. I believe the deadline is July 28th. For the application to be submitted on that. And that's all I have.
Okay, my turn. Thanks, Kelly. You did better than I'll probably do. So Devin Paredes is going to help us here. So we are going to have it on the screen as I speak. I'm going to hit some highlights of 3 of our goal areas. Goal number 1 was that we put a plan together that pretty much everyone does for your math and your ELA scores. We based it on proficiency, and I think where we're really in a good place is with something called Linkit, which is our main data source, and it really is a comprehensive individual program, and we feel very good about this. Now, as years go on, the data that we have for, just say you're in the 3rd or 4th or 5th grade, it will carry you through. so we can then see where you're at as we continue through your academic career. And ultimately, what we're going to try to do is identify your strengths, your weaknesses, improve on the weaknesses, continue to build on the strengths, so that we maximize each and every one of the kids that go to school here. It doesn't mean every single kid is going to get every problem right, but we want to maximize their opportunity to do that. And link it if you ever get a chance. I'm sure the parents do it, but the data that we're able to draw out of it is unbelievable. So I know a lot of people, when they talk about data, a lot of people can see it, but they don't know how to really look into it. What this allows us to do is actually break down the students, break down the class they're in, break down what they did up to the test, so that we can see, hey, we might have to add something before the test so that we're prepared. So that's what we did there in Goal 1. Goal 2, we had to review all of our curriculums with all the standards. Every time the standards come in, you have to look at your curriculum and make sure that you're aligned. We have very good people that work here on the top, all the way down to the last thing we have. Everyone works very hard. In our professional learning communities, our teachers are meeting on these roundtables. They're discussing what's coming up next, and they're spending a lot of time with that. So we have to take the new standards, we have to adjust our curriculums, and then we have to get everyone to understand where it is we want them to go with their work. So that's what we did with there, and we had to evaluate our resources. That was very important. We've taken a good look at our technology, which I think is really moving along. I go back to the days when, as a math teacher, I did not like when the calculator showed up, But in this day and age, you can't stop the technologies. And, I really am amazed at how quickly it just keeps coming. So we have a lot to keep up with there. And I got to give a lot of credit to everybody that works here, because they've been doing that. So again, maximizing every kid, following the state rules and all of the standards, and aligning everything properly so that we're prepared to put our data out there so that we are doing what we need to do. Now, our third goal, tiered, is a word that we have to use because, it's kind of, call it like a level. So if you were to take things and put them into levels, 1, 2, and 3. So, a lot of times we look at academics and we forget the fact that not everybody has it going perfectly all of the time, okay? So, for instance, if I'm standing up here talking to you and my stomach is bothering me and you give me a test, there's a pretty good chance I'm not going to maximize my effort. But mental health is something that showed up. As we all know, it's unfortunate, but it's growing more and more, especially in young people. So we worked with the New Jersey Tiered System of Support. We brought in, I got to give some real shout out to Miss Wiswesser, Mrs. Wiswesser, with Lifelines. It really was a program that we put a lot of effort into, one of the programs we put a lot of effort into. But I think this one there was a lot of things that we had to really learn about. And they did a great job with that. The intervention and referral services that we have to deal with, it's an ongoing change. There's constantly things going. So we have to build a plan for all of our individual needs, which we've done. And then, you hear these words that you don't like, but, trauma, right? There are situations where it's just not going to be easy. So you got to figure out ways to make that work. We partnered with the New Jersey statewide student support services. Okay, there's something there, but that's a third-party group of counselors that have helped us. So, like I said, the goals were comprehensive in some ways, but I tried to make it simple to understand. You could refer to the screen because they're up there, and if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Charlie. Okay. Correspondence?
No correspondence.
Acting, do you have anything else, or that'll serve as your report? Or?
Well, I hope everybody's having a great summer. I always wonder, how the heck, you guys want to be on boards of educations, I give you a lot of credit for doing that. In the summer months, you know, you're doing as much as we do during the school year. So, you know, I give you a lot of credit for doing that. I really do. I don't ever see myself doing what you do on a Board of Ed or any board, but I give you a lot of credit. So enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Business Administrator, Board Secretary report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Tonight, we will be adding a couple of resolutions. Under governance, we will be adding two resolutions. Resolution R 1.37 and R 1.38. These resolutions are approval of the continuing the suspension of two students whose names are on file at the Board of Education office through the next regular monthly meeting of the Board of Education. Also tonight, under Operations Committee, under Finance, we will be adding four resolutions. Resolutions R 4.14 through R 4.17. Resolution 4.14 states, be it resolved by the Secaucus Board of Education, herein referred to as the Board, that the terms, stipulations, and conditions as established in the settlement agreement and general release in the matter pending in the Superior Court of New Jersey, Law Division, Hudson County, bearing docket number HUDL 8020 is annexed to this resolution and hereby approved and adopted by the Board. Resolution 4.15 says the same thing. It's just bearing docket number HUD-L 724-21. Resolution 4.16, again, has the same verbiage. It's docket number HUD-L 2457-20. And the final resolution is Resolution R 4.17, which states, be it resolved that the Secaucus Board of Education, herein referred to as the Board, that the terms, stipulations, and conditions as established in the settlement agreement and release, herein referred to as an agreement between the Board and the parents of a student whose name is on file in the Acting Superintendent's Office, and which agreement is located in the student's files, are hereby adopted and approved by the Board. Those will be the resolutions that we will be adding to tonight's agenda. Also, I'd like to add, in recent weeks, you've likely seen media reports about the budget challenges from some New Jersey school board districts are facing for the 25-26 school year. These challenges stem from a combination of factors, including rising medical and energy costs, decreases in state aid, and ongoing uncertainty around federal funding. I want to assure you that our district was proactively addressed these concerns. When preparing the 2025-2026 school budget, the acting superintendent, assistant business administrator, staff accountant, and I work closely with our advisors to account for all of these factors. The budget we presented to the public and the board on April 30th, 2025, and subsequently adopted fully reflects these increased costs. We are very proud that our budget clearly anticipated these challenges. As a result, the district's financial position remains strong. In fact, our bond rating improved from an AA- stable to AA standard in the 24-25 school year, and it remains intact. This improvement is a testament to our sound financial planning and management. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. I have a question. I think it's the air. Oh, the ice machine, Sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. We thought that was the fire drill. It was the ice machine. Question on R 1.37 and R 1.38. Can you pass me documentation so I know which is which? Because I need to recuse from one of those, and I don't know which one to recuse from.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Is this, it's, okay, R 1.38? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, public forum, agenda items?
This meeting is open to the public for the purpose of addressing items listed for approval on this agenda only. Residents wishing to speak on such items must sign the register provided for this purpose and are required to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. The board may or may not respond to issues raised by members of the public at the time they are raised, but will provide a response if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Please note that the board will not respond to comments regarding students or board employees in light of the privacy rights held by those individuals. Moreover, the board discourages comments about such individuals and will not be responsible for such comments. Members of the public who choose to speak during this public session should carefully consider their comments, since they could be held personally liable for any statements they make. Finally, please note that in accordance with District Policy Number 1100, the board will not officially comment or respond to any matter mentioned unless it can confirm that the matter has first been brought to the attention of the appropriate school personnel in an attempt to resolve the issue.
Thank you. There are no correspondence. Thank you. Governance, personnel?
In governance, we have the hiring of some teacher positions, along with the 2025-26 extracurricular activity stipends, along with bear with me here. Sorry. And the positions are approved, and then we have additional bus aides, security guards, and teacher assistants. I'd like to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the acting superintendent to approve and adopt resolutions R 1.01 through R 1.38 and motion M 1.01.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll?
Mr. Bartletta?
Yes.
Miss
Oh, wait, not in here, I'm sorry.
Miss Diodata?
Yes, but I must recuse from R 1.38. And,
That's the next one.
1.35.
what is it? I'm sorry, R 1.35.
Mr. Barry?
Yes.
Mr. Diombre?
Yes.
Miss Geller?
Yes.
Miss Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes to all, and I need to recuse from 1.38.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Policy?
Under policy, we're just doing the second reading on the high school graduation, which includes who can present the diplomas. I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the acting superintendent to approve and adopt resolution R 2.01.
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll?
Mr. Bartletta?
Yes.
Miss Diodata?
Yes.
Mr. Barry?
Yes.
Mr. Diombre?
Yes.
Miss Geller?
Yes.
Miss Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes, and I'd like to mention that we had lengthy discussions on these topics during governance meetings, so any questions we had were brought up and we answered them.
Education? Curriculum?
Okay. Good evening, all, and thank you for joining us tonight. The Education Committee met on July 8th this month, and although our schools are not in session, there is a lot going on behind the scenes to prepare for the upcoming school year. Our teachers and supervisors are working on updating the curriculum, and faculty members are having roundtable discussions to prepare for the 25-26 school year. Professional development and mentoring plans are being developed. 3 professional development days are built into the calendar for the upcoming 25-26 school year. That's on top of the 3 half days that we have at the beginning of the school year. The professional development will focus on utilizing data from Linkit to drive instructions and also on the use of artificial intelligence in our classroom. Also, I would like to mention a very exciting development. The district is very excited to announce that the pre-K AM inclusion class with dual certified special education teacher will begin in September of 2025. The district has been working very hard on it, so we are very excited about it. Now we have 5 resolutions, proposed resolutions to vote on. Resolution R3.1, it's approving of curriculum for introduction to probability and statistics and also computer programming. Approval of school district mentoring plan for the upcoming school year. Approval of 2 programs, Google Gemini, grades 6 to 12, Notebook LM for grades K through 12. Another resolution is on approval to dispose of outdated IT equipment, and the last resolution is approval of field trip. So I would like to motion to accept the recommendation of the acting superintendent to approve and adopt resolution R3.01 through R3.05.
Second.
Discussion? I'd like to ask, Charlie, can you speak a little bit on the new curriculum items that we are introducing?
Yeah, so probability and statistics was taught by Janet Regensburg years ago. Yeah.
Name out of
And,
a hat.
you know, then obviously, we don't like to say COVID, but, you know, when all that came in, there were some changes, so we lost out on some of it. Now we have a chance to bring it back. So, you know, it was a high-level class for a lot of our students, so it was a big loss, so bringing it back is a big deal. Computer programming, we're getting ahead of the computer in a year, so we have another full school year before computer programming comes into play, but we have already put someone in place to now start that program a year ahead of where it's mandated. So that's where we're at.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's always exciting when we add new classes for the students to take. Anybody else, discussion? Call the roll?
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Diodata,
Yes.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
Mr. Diombre,
Yes.
Ms. Geller,
Yes.
Ms. Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Lyons.
Yes, and a comment again, Tatiana and team, the notes were exquisite, all the links you provided with all the additional information, it was really a great read, and I appreciate you giving such thorough notes so those who were not at the meeting can see exactly what's covered, it was really well done.
Yeah, we very appreciate our staff members who are doing excellent job.
You
Yes.
mentioned Marianne and Grace.
Mary and Gregor is absolutely fantastic, yes.
Emery.
And
Anne-Marie.
Marie, Anne-Marie,
She'll
Anne-Marie
be
Gregor,
forever
sorry.
Anne-Marie in my mind, I'm
Anne
sorry.
Marie, yes,
That's
sorry.
okay.
My mistake.
That's okay. Operations, finance?
So at this month's meeting, we had a robust discussion. We talked about posting for a new head custodian for Huber Street School. There were 8 high school kids that have been hired for the summer to help with the custodians. We had 300, of the 300 LED lights purchased last month, approximately 75 have already been installed in the middle school and high school hallways. We're going to start moving another storage unit from Flanagan Way to Clarendon. This is going to save us just over $10,000. The PAC Center, the end-of-year rental updates were $154,000 for the year. At the Huber Street School and Millridge School, the split air conditioning unit for the kitchen at Huber Street will be installed in the next 2 weeks. Summer work has begun in the building. In Clarendon School, the gym floor resanding has been scheduled for the week following summer camp, which ends on 8/8. The split unit air conditioner for the conference room at the board office has been installed, and summer work has begun there also. In the middle school, high school, the Performing Arts Center light project has begun. It should take about 6 to 8 weeks. And then as far as the finances, we talked about the monthly finances for the district. I'd like to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the business administrator, board secretary to approve and adopt resolutions R 4.01 through R 4.17 as described below.
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll?
Mr. Bartletta?
Yes, I have to recuse from R 4.13.
1-1. Oh, no, 1-3, I'm sorry, my mistake. That's my recusal, sorry.
Ms. Diodata?
Yes, but I have to recuse from R 4.11.
1-3.
No. No, I'm 1-1. Yeah, all right, wait, you,
Mr. Barry?
Yes, and I also need to recuse from R 4.13.
Mr. Diombre?
Yes.
Ms. Geller?
Yes.
Ms. Howard?
Yes, and I also have to recuse from R 4.13.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes, and I have to recuse from R.36. If you're all gonna have fun, I'm gonna join the fun, so. Yes, with
yes.
the plank, yes.
Yes. Listen, I have to keep up with not only my recusals, but everybody else's, so, yes, a lot of recusals. All right. Safety, security, buildings and grounds?
Nothing this month.
Nothing this month. There were no ad hoc committees this month. Public forum, general.
This meeting is open to the public for the purpose of addressing any subject matter that is pertinent to and/or directly related to the operation of the Secaucus Public School District. Residents wishing to speak on such items must sign the register provided for this purpose and are required to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. The board may or may not respond to issues raised by members of the public at the time they are raised, but will provide a response if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Please note that the board will not respond to comments regarding students or board employees in light of the privacy rights held by those individuals. Moreover, the board discourages comments about such individuals and will not be responsible for such comments. Members of the public who choose to speak during this public session should carefully consider their comments, since they could be held personally liable for any statements they make. Finally, please note that in accordance with District Policy 1100, the board will not officially comment or respond to any matter mentioned unless it can confirm that the matter has first been brought to the attention of the appropriate school personnel in an attempt to resolve the issue.
Thank you. Billy Wolf.
Yeah, you don't even have to, I'll do what I have, you can just stand like you were.
Gotcha.
I'll do what I have you here if I need to make it
Cool.
harder.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. Well, good evening, members of the board, Acting Superintendent Charles Voorhees, and community members. My name is Billy Wolf. I was born and raised here in Secaucus and attend this very same school district. I was also a proud 2013 graduate of Secaucus High School as well. I walked the same halls as today's students. I played football and track and field on the same fields outside. I sat in the same classrooms that I would later return to, this time as a guidance counselor, helping students navigate not just academics but life. I'm here tonight not as a stranger, not as someone asking for a favor, but as a concerned educator, and as a product of this very system. What brings me here is not bitterness, it is heartbreak and responsibility, because something has happened that cannot go unspoken. I was told over the phone and without documentation that because of a single benign clerical error, an error in a letter of recommendation that named a wrong person in the final paragraph, I'm no longer welcome to serve in the very school system that raised me. Not just passed over, but shut out, silenced, disqualified for life. This wasn't an error of misconduct, deceit, or poor performance. I was never warned, I was never counseled, there was no formal process, there was no chance afforded to me to explain, no chance to learn from it, just a phone call. I believe, and I say this with the utmost care, that the reason I was not given, or the reason I was given, is not the true reason. I believe that an external influence, personal retaliation, possible discrimination, a grudge, or whatever possible conjured up reasons that could be, was allowed to supersede merit. And if that is the case, I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for every educator who wonders whether integrity still matters. This leaves a very valuable, capable, and passionate educator in disarray. My thoughts on this are turbulent in my mind. Unfairness jumps to the forefront. My family has roots here that go back generations. The Wolf family began in Secaucus in 1900. My grandfather, Edward Wolf, was a very integral and instrumental part of Bob's Hardware. Secaucus has always been part of our story. But what message are we sending when one mistake, one benign mistake that caused no harm, one where the student not only received the scholarship in question and is now attending the college of their dream, outweighs years of dedication, service, and student success? I ask this board, is this the lesson you want to teach? That personal politics matters more than professionalism. That silence is safer than standing up for what is right. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm only asking for fairness. I'm asking for my name to be cleared, for the chance to be considered and not dismissed, for a transparent review of how and why this decision was made, and for accountability with the future of our schools. This town raised me. The same school system taught me. Both taught me to be better than this. Now I'm asking you to prove that it taught you the same things. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Unfortunately, since it's a personnel issue, we can't discuss it in public, but we will have a conversation as a board about it. Thank you for speaking. Thank you. Okay. Board member comments? No one?
Through the chair. About this specific issue?
No, just in,
Meeting, we had asked our business administrator to discuss the long-range facility plan. Thank you, Ms. Young.
You're welcome. We are currently speaking with our architect of record, Lan. At the last meeting, we approved the contract to start the long-range facility plan. They have been they came in, did a preliminary walkthrough, and now they will be coming back within the next 2 weeks to meet with the staff to go walk through the buildings and start our long-range facility plan. So I believe the goal was that the plan should be completed within a 6 to 8 week time span. So I'm going to assume by September, October, we should have the long-range facility in place and approved by the DOE. You're welcome.
Betty? Oh, I just want to say, I hope everyone is enjoying their summer. And just let everyone know that the board and the administration are working very hard to be ready for September, for another successful school year. I would like to, I don't know how to, you'll have to help me how to structure this. So I'm going to pose the question to Charlie, and then you let me know if it has to be put to a vote or if I have to request a motion to do so. So I feel, Charlie, not speaking for the board, I'm speaking as Kelly Diodata, the board member, that we sit up here, you know, the panel of us, and Pat Kikuchi sits in the audience, and I feel that he's part of our team, and I would like to ask you to consider having him join us on the panel moving forward.
I think he should sit right next to me.
Okay. Is that something that has to go to a vote?
I think with
Does the
Grace on
board
one
have to
side and
vote
Pat on
that?
the other, I think we're good.
I'd say the only reason you'd have to vote on it is if you had a policy that said who sits up here, and I doubt you have something like that.
Okay, so I can ask Charlie
Yeah.
to consider that?
Come on up now, Pat. Sit here.
Yeah. I
Yes.
just feel like you're part of this team as
He's-
well, and you know, you should be here with
Can I-
us.
Can I,
Yeah.
can I speak a
Okay.
little
Yes,
about it?
yes.
So look,
Yep.
I'm gonna be respectful to Grace and myself. There's no egos here. We want a full transition to do the right things to keep everything intact here. It's not like saying we're done, we still have things to do, but what good would be if we don't teach others to do what we do? We have to. And Pat is part of everything we're doing, and in many ways, look, without him, my presentations are probably worse. It's a fact. He pays attention to detail. He's got a great education. He's going to these classes. You're almost done, right? So he will have full knowledge of all of the new innovative ways to do the job. And it's been a wonderful experience for Grace. I know that. It also gives Grace a chance to breathe.
Absolutely.
So, yes, Pat should absolutely be with us.
So no vote. Does it go to a vote? Do we have a policy? Do we know if we have a policy on who sits up here? I don't, not to my knowledge.
I mean, we could, yeah,
Can we just vote? Okay.
is there,
Listen, I'll sit,
Okay.
Is
I'll
there a
sit out
motion?
there.
Well, you have to make a, can I make a motion? Of
course
I'll
you
sit
can.
out there, Pat could sit here.
Okay. I make a motion
No?
to have Pat Kikuchi join us up on the panel moving forward.
Second.
Call the roll? Or discussion? No? Call the roll?
Yes.
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 Anybody else? Yeah, that's, okay. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out.
Motion to
Oh,
adjourn.
motion to, I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.